Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Firstly, a bit of an apology. I haven't been posting any videos or replying to too many comments recently. Unfortunately, personal life's been a bit hectic and had a lot going on, but I'm back now, so I'll definitely get on track and reply to all the comments that have been made on my previous videos. And obviously I'm here posting a new video. So first of all, I thought I'd do a quick collection update. If you've seen any of my past ones, you'll know my masterpiece collection, which is the focus of my collection, hasn't had any more additions to it. I only collect the season 1 cast, but there are a couple of others that I will show you. I did pick up secondhand a Optimash Prime there, so he's just stuck up the top with my Bumble Spud. Had him for a long time, the Bumble Spud, but he's just been packed away. And then I saw this Optimash Prime come up pretty cheaply, and I thought, oh, bugger it, why not? And if we go down a couple of shelves, down here I did pick up the Autobot clones. These are the Takara ones, because I couldn't be bothered with the hassle of trying to get the Hasbro ones. And I did get a little Cindersaur there. So this shelf is my old childhood G1 toys alongside their newer counterparts. So I'm thinking that's looking pretty good. You can see a little Micromaster there next to G1 Cindersaur, with those guys coming out with the Siege line. And I also picked up recently secondhand a couple of primes to go on my prime shelf, which is starting to fill out quite nicely now. It's getting a bit chockers. So I finally got my hands on a Classics Prime. I got the Evasion Mode Optimus Prime there, and the little War for Cybertron one thrown in the deal. So they're all bought second hand, and I got a pretty good price for the 3 of those. So more than happy to add them to my Optimus Prime shelf. So that's where the collection's at the moment. However, I haven't added anything to Masterpiece, but I'm very excited about a couple of releases that are coming out very soon. Firstly, that Hound that has just been released looks amazing. I can't wait to see a few more pictures, let alone get it in my hands. So when the pre-orders start coming out for that, I'll be jumping on that straight away, don't you worry. Very much looking forward to that. We've seen the painted version now, so hopefully it comes out pretty soon. But I just stoked with the announcement of that Hound, and I'll be adding him to this shelf for sure. The other one, which I'm sure everyone already knows about, is the version 3 Optimus Prime. He looks amazing too. So sorry, but my Hasbro MP10 mold will be getting replaced with that one. We've seen the prototype photos, so I'm interested to know if Hound will be released before Prime, because I think that will. We've seen a painted Hound, so I can't wait to get that Hound. He was one of the ones that I wanted out of my. He was definitely in my top 3 most wanted Masterpiece toys, probably along with Jazz and Trailbreaker. So yeah, very excited to see the Hound, and very excited to get my hands on him. And however, talking about Masterpiece, that brings me to another thing I want to discuss, and a bit of a question for you guys out there. And it's in regard to the Plus series. I don't have any of the Plus versions, and I did discuss them in a previous video about my thoughts on it, and I think I can confidently say that my thoughts are undecided. I am well and truly on the fence, and have been for quite some time. I've seen the Decepticon Pluses coming out, so I'm not getting the Megatron or the Shockwave. The reason being is I want my robots to look like the cartoon, and I want my alt modes to look like realistic versions of the vehicles or the objects that they are. So I might be that's my fantasy anyway. I want but the Megatron coming out is obviously for the toy, so I'm very happy with this one as my cartoon version. The Shockwave coming out, probably this colour scheme, this purple, this shade of purple was always very divisive. A lot of people didn't like it because people wanted darker purple, and that purple is now coming out. I quite like the dark purple, but having said that, Shockwave is probably the least favourite character I have in my Masterpiece collection. And after a bit of wheeling and dealing, I actually spent about $60 Australian getting this one. The new one, is out for pre-order now, is about $260, $270 Australian. And I can't justify that. I can't spend that much money on a character I don't particularly like and already have a version of. And if I was to sell this one, sure, that'll take a bit of the cost away, but I'm still going to be out of pocket quite a lot. And I think this Shockwave still looks good. His colour scheme fluctuated so much during the cartoon that I don't think there's any real definitive shade of purple that he was. So looking at this shelf, I'm very happy with how this shelf looks. He's at the back because he is my least favourite character. Always has been since a child. Not sure really why. I think maybe because he looked a lot different to the other Transformers, and yeah, didn't really like him as a child, and that's carried on. So can't get over my childhood prejudices. But I'm happy with the purple, so I won't be getting either the Plus version of Megatron or Shockwave. However, there's a few Plus versions coming out, and the more they come out, the more they're starting to change my mind. So obviously Sideswipe's out. I only have the regular versions. I don't have any of the Plus versions at the moment. But my question to you guys is, should I? Would they add more to my collection? So obviously we have the Sideswipe out already. We're having the Prowl has been announced. He'll be out very soon with his blue windows, which will make a big difference, especially, I think it's pretty safe to say that the Optimus Prime, the new Optimus Prime, which I will be getting, will have blue windows. And even just in this shot, you can see, obviously, Sideswipe doesn't have any windows visible, but you can see Ratchet and Sunstreaker have their blue windows. If Optimus Prime has blue windows, then Prowl's starting to look a little out. And also we've seen the Wheeljack. Now, I like this Wheeljack, and I'm happy for this with the colour scheme of him. For obviously, sacrifices have to be made because this suits the car. This is the car's accurate colour scheme, so obviously they can't change that for the robot. But now they're coming out. They've also announced the Plus version. We saw that when we saw the photos of Hound and Optimus Prime. And that does look good. So again, blue windows and the cartoon accurate colour scheme. So, and that will only really leave Blue Streak, which you have to think is probably coming sooner rather than later. Now, the other thing is, seeing as I display my Transformers in robot mode, it seems to me like I should go with the cartoon accurate Plus versions to coincide with the robot modes here. So my wife did ask me how much I'd get for the ones I have if I was to sell them and then buy the Plus versions, and I kind of looked at her strange and went, sell? So if I do decide to get the Plus versions, my plan will probably be to transform the normal versions into their alt modes, into the vehicle modes, and maybe set them up here, maybe reorganize this top shelf a little bit and have them sitting up here in their licensed car modes, which they are extremely accurate as. So, and then I may even do the same thing with my MP10. Transform him into the truck mode, stick him up there with some of the vehicles. Obviously, it doesn't seem like they're doing super accurate licensed vehicles anymore, as we've seen with the likes of Sunstreaker, and it just doesn't have the same detail and doesn't have the badges. So, yeah, something I think is one possibility. Or do I keep the money in my pocket? That's the other the other very tempting thing to do. And then the other thing is, are they going to come out with plus versions of the other Decepticons? So they're going to do a plus version of Soundwave and his tapes. Are they going to get rid of the silver and start putting greys and whites in there? Are they going to do plus versions of the Seekers? I'm not sure I'm that enthusiastic to get all these guys again, in the plus versions. And plus they don't have the licensed vehicles, so there's no real incentive for me to keep two of them to have the alt modes. Same with Soundwave. Soundwave's a very cool toy, but after all, in the end, he's just a cassette deck. So not overly fussed about having two versions of him either. So it's interesting. My question to you, I guess, is, do I commit fully? And I'll have to commit fully. Like, I can't just get one. I'll have to go for all of them. Obviously, on this shelf, there's really only 4 that would benefit from a plus version. 3 of them have either been released or announced, and the other one, Blue Streak, on the right there. Ironhide, Ratchet, Bumblebee are already in that sort of plus style. They've got the blue windows, they've got the grey faces. They're in that cartoon accurate style. And obviously there's a new mold for Optimus Prime coming out, which I will be getting. So yeah, let me know what you think. I'm really interested to hear some advice. And am I mad? Am I on the right track? Let me know in the comments, and I'll catch you guys next time. I'm interested to hear your thoughts. All right, see you later.